Right now, Alzheimer San Diego is getting ready to host its annual Date with a Cure event this Saturday. You'll have a unique opportunity to hear directly from leading researchers in the field about new breakthrough treatments and the hope that's on the horizon for a cure. I'll be moderating the event again this year, and you can watch it live streaming for free on our CBS 8 app. Today, Eugene Welch, President and CEO of Alzheimer San Diego, and Dr. James Brewer, Director of UC San Diego's Shiley Marcos Alzheimer's Disease Research Center, are here in studio to tell us more about this event and why it's so important. Welcome to you both.
Thank you for having us.
I've been able to get to know you over the past handful of years. Eugenia, let's start with the huge news this year, the venue. It is not virtual for the first time in many years. What can attendees expect, and why is this free forum so vital for our community?
You know, I just think it's great to be back in person in general, and we're going to be at Oasis Rancho Bernardo. But I was just saying, actually, to Dr. Brewer that I think this is so important because there's so much information out there, misinformation, and to be able to come to something like this and hear from the leading researchers in this field what's real and what's not, it's very important.
We're so lucky in San Diego to have you, Dr. Brewer, and researchers who are willing to take your time to actually sit in a forum and talk and address questions that people have. You're a researcher on the front lines. I've known you for a handful of years. What are we hearing about new, exciting breakthrough treatments? I know when I first started moderating this event, there weren't that many, but boy, things have changed.
Oh, I'm telling you, the biomarker concept, the ability to now know what's going on in the brain through non-invasive means has really transformed this field.
What in particular are we learning about the brain?
So blood biomarkers are all the rage right now. We're able to basically be able to characterize our patients using blood biomarkers to understand whether the person has the very early signs of Alzheimer's disease, and we now need to move to other types of protein aggregates that are affecting other types of dementias.
So you say blood biomarkers. Is this something that can be detected in something as simple as a blood test?
Yeah. That's exactly right. It was started when we were able to use imaging to look at the brain, but it's very expensive and it used radioactivity. But that gave us a gold standard by which we could now start examining these more non-invasive approaches and less expensive. And that allows us to do this in a much broader population.
And maybe let people know what they need to do earlier than after dementia has set in.
Well, I think it just helps us understand what's going on as we monitor and try new therapies. About 30% of patients, before we had these markers, 30% of patients that were enrolled in Alzheimer's clinical trials didn't even have Alzheimer's. They had some other cause to their cognitive complaint. So you can imagine you're not going to develop new good therapies when you don't even have the disease.
The proper disease or diagnosis.
Yeah.
I've moderated this event, I think, for the past 7 years since COVID days, and navigated this difficult journey with my own mom, Lucy. She passed away 3 years ago, but I know firsthand how important it is to get resources from your organization, in particular, Alzheimer San Diego. Date with a Cure actually empowers the patients, the families, the caregivers. What are people looking for when they come to Date with a Cure? They're looking for answers, they're looking for guidance, and some hope.
Absolutely, they're looking for all those things, the answers, the guidance, really genuine, authentic information. But I do think, even myself, I come away with hope every year because you hear what's going on, you know, from the source. And we have so much great research going on here in San Diego that I think people aren't aware of. And if we can get people involved in clinical trials and have an interest in that, that only benefits everybody.
I remember when I first started doing this, I don't think I was old enough to be involved in clinical trials. Here you can see Date with a Cure has been virtual, but again, it'll be in person this year. How important are clinical trials, Dr. Brewer?
Absolutely critical, and that's why we're very happy to engage with the community, because they're the fuel for new discoveries. The ability to study this human disease in humans is absolutely critical. So their participation is what pushes the field forward.
As someone whose mom has had the disease, I know I always wonder, am I more prone, am I more susceptible? Right. And everyone asks me that. Yeah. Is there a genetic component?
There is a genetic component, but it's not the full story, not by any means. In fact, the main genetic risk factor that happens in late life is only explaining a component of the disease and the risk. So we're trying to understand that better and better so that we can understand that genes are not the deterministic factor that one might think it is, And we're studying that right now. We're learning much more.
I know Carlo is the one that got me involved in this organization because he also had a parent with Alzheimer's disease, and we're really relying on you to find a cure, to find treatment, so that he and I don't end up in the same situation. And I know there's 100,000 people living in the county who have this same hope.
Well, it's an exciting time. I feel very optimistic for the future in this. When you see what's happening in the research field, and that this weekend's event is going to be an opportunity for us to tell the very latest stuff, I think you'll be quite optimistic as well.
And let me clarify, 100,000 people estimated living in San Diego with Alzheimer's or dementia. So many more, countless more, really hoping for a cure. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Here's the good news. Alzheimer's San Diego Date with a Cure is this Saturday, August 1st from 10 to 12. The good news for us is that the actual venue has been sold out. So registration has closed, but if you can't come in person, no problem. You can watch our live stream on our CBS 8 app, all our platforms, TV, phone, download that app, or our website, cbs8.com. I hope you can join us. And for free round support year-round, go to alz.sd.org.